Live with the YouTube. Say hi, Tube.
What up, Tube?
Hey,
what up, Tube?
Tube. A short.
Here we go.
I was too lazy to say YouTube, so
just go Tube.
Just go Tube.
Lazy bastard. All right, and last but certainly not least, y'all ready for this?
Let's do it. Are you gonna sing?
I'm gonna sing. Always sing.
Karaoke guy.
Karaoke guy.
Here we go. All right, for the podcast, we're going live in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to another episode of Business Bros. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Wednesday. You know what we can call it? Welcome Wednesday.
Welcome Wednesday.
That's a good welcome
Wednesday.
Weichelt Wednesday.
It is
Weichelt
Weichelt
work,
Wednesday.
right?
Wednesday,
It is today for sure.
Yeah.
Hernan Cias here, host of the Business Bros podcast, along with my co-host
The insurance bro, James C.S. with Pipeline Insurance.
and speaking of Weichelt Wednesday.
Right? Well, there's a reason why it's Weichelt Wednesday. We are excited. A prominent member of the EXP Realty group, specifically from the Weichelt group, Mr. Robert Weichelt himself. Thank you, sir, for joining us.
I'm bringing him everywhere I go.
Right?
That is
You just
awesome.
have that kind of intro. Ladies and gentlemen, walking into the room.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, D Generation X proudly brings to you its 5-time champions of the world.
Every listing appointment, I'm bringing him.
That's it.
That's it.
You're going to walk in with music and everything. You're ready to rock and roll. He's ready to sing.
Here we go. It's almost Thursday, man. It's almost Thursday.
It is almost Thursday.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gents, real quick. 365 pairs of shoes by the end of the year. So if you got new shoes, used shoes, or you want to donate some cash, hit James up 619-884-0045. Except for today, he'll hop on his Harley and we'll ride over there and pick him up.
Today I'm in a car. It's really weird. But, however, we did get a donation of 6 more shoes, so we're now up to 52.
Boom. 2 pairs of shoes and growing because we actually are taking it seriously and making proactive moves.
That's right.
So
Any
here we
kind of
go.
shoes.
We're looking specifically for walking shoes.
Okay.
These are going to the homeless, so we want to make sure that they have something comfortable on their feet any time of year.
And can anyone donate?
Anyone can donate.
I'm bringing a bunch.
Boom. There we
Outstanding.
go. Perfect. All right, ladies and gents, so you heard it. Just hit up James 619-884-0045 or james@csfirst.com. And then August 24th, if you got shoes to donate, why don't you come to the beach? We're going to be in IB. We're going to be doing a beach cleanup. Bring some shoes. One nice stop shop. I'm going to be talking with the boys and getting you more details on that. Maybe I'm pushing for like a huge water gun fight because I think it'd be cool. Everybody works at the beach, cleans up, and then, soak each other. That's what else do you want to do at the beach?
Yeah.
Right? So August 24th at Business Bros Pod. Hit us up on any of our social media for more details.
Get wet, get sandy, and do something good for the world.
That's right. All right. Robert, I'm so excited to have you here, dude. I've been talking, after we talked to Larry, we went off the air and we spent another good chunk of time talking about, the auction platform that you guys offer, and it blows my mind. So let's just dive into this. Tell me a little bit about yourself and where you came from and how you got into this platform.
Well, you know what? Thanks for having me on here, guys. This is absolutely awesome. The energy you guys have is infectious. I want to let you know that.
Cool.
I've actually been in the business since 1986, probably before both of you were born.
82.
Oh, okay, well, so I was
83.
close.
Yeah, I was 4.
I was close. So I got into the business in title insurance, and then I ended up changing into the mortgage banking business. Did that for about 15 years. When the last REO market came, 05, 06, 07, I was one of the top REO brokers in San Diego, my family, and did that a lot. And then when that started to slow down, just did traditional real estate, I joined EXP because I was actually running for city council.
What? Politician?
Yeah. San Diego City Council. It was somebody put an idea in my head. I thought maybe that was something I wanted to help with the housing and the homeless. You mentioned the homeless, and that's a big passion of mine. Homeless, housing, they're really tied together. And so somebody put something in my ear that I wanted to run for San Diego City Council. And I said, yeah, let's check this out. So 2017, 2018, that's all I committed myself to was getting involved politically in the housing issues and the homeless issues and the other things that are affecting our city, but primarily those two things. So I was out of the real estate game for a good 2 years while I was exploring this opportunity to run for city council. I was still exploring it. I decided that in January of 2019, the political thing is not my deal. I want to help with housing and homeless. Not too concerned with plastic straws and scooter bans. So does that make sense?
But you know what though, being a
love those
politician,
scooters.
yeah, right.
Go ahead.
They are cool. But being a politician, isn't it very much still prospecting? I mean, you're still getting in front of people, telling them what it is you do, right?
Yep. That's why a lot of realtors do so well in that arena, because that's all it is prospecting, and that's all I've ever done in my whole life is the real estate industry. So I had a really good time. Met a lot of great people. I'm involved at the board of realtors. I'm the vice president of SDAR, so I'm involved in that way. So I decided that I think I'm just going to stay focused on the real estate game. So the reason why I tell you that is because 2 years I was out of the business. I was in more of reactive real estate. Mm-hmm. I was saying, oh, you want to sell your house? Sure, I'll help you.
Yeah.
Are you looking to buy? I can help you. I wasn't out prospecting for real estate business. I was out prospecting for political relationships and those types of things. So in January, I got back into it full time. I'm like, wait a second, things have changed. They're so different. A buddy of mine went to EXP. I called him up. I said, listen, you and I have been talking about this for a while. Let's do this. I signed up right on the spot and didn't even know what I was signing up for, because I knew I had blind faith. I knew he was fired up about it, that I too would be. So that's how we ran into Larry and my buddy Jeff Russell. We reunited and been with EXP ever since, and it is awesome.
But what you do is different, right? I mean, it's a whole different approach to the traditional buying and selling of real estate. Your approach is completely different. You guys, I mean, when I talk to people and we talk about having an open house, they're happy with 10, 20 people coming through an open house. You guys like 10x that.
Yeah, we do. Actually, what's funny is I'm a go big or go home kind of guy. I always have been, and a guy named Bob Mangold who created this website. It's an auction platform. It's very popular during the REO time. A lot of the foreclosures were sold via auction. The auction mentality is nothing new. Mm-hmm. What we've done is we've fine-tuned it. So for instance, we have a for sale by owner that's only offering, say, 2.5%. We can go in there and take that listing and do a buyer premium. But bigger yet is our pricing strategy. We're pricing it about 15% below market. And what's happening is we're driving hundreds. Our last open house, we had over 300 people in the open house. That's huge. We had 52 unique individuals sign in to the open house, name, address, phone number, and 14 of those got pre-approved with my lender and are working with my buyer agents.
See, I mean,
that's huge.
This is, I mean, as you are officially running a real business here. It's not, it's not being self-employed at this point. Every single listing that you get is like lead gen to the max.
Big time.
That's impressive.
That's the way every listing should be, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, it should be. But you hear traditional coaching, traditional models saying for every listing you get, you should get 2 to 3 other deals out of that listing, whether they're on the buyer side or the seller side. 2 to 3. You just said 14. And that's just buyer side.
14 pre-approved buyer sides, not to mention the 5 sellers that came down to see what the heck are you guys selling over here. I mean, it's a great way. We had cars triple, quadruple parking in the cul-de-sac. We had to get a traffic cop out there. It was great. We had people coming from this side, that side. It felt like they were parachuting out of the sky. They were coming in from everywhere. It was the greatest thing. But we've been able to duplicate that. Not just a one-time thing. We've had that multiple times. Every single listing we have, we run the same way. We did one in La Quinta, 2.5 hours away. 107-degree weather. We had over 268 people, 38 people signed in, 18 pre-approved buyers that our agents got a chance to refer out to La Quinta agents. So referral fee. So it's a beautiful thing. And we double-ended it. It was a beautiful day.
See, I mean, okay, so there's a lot of things that you kind of said and kind of grazed over, and they're like vitally important. One, you talked to a for sale by owner, right? Here's a FSBO. FSBOs are notoriously, they don't want to pay a commission, and they're barely able to or willing to pay, an agent who's bringing a buyer, right? Mm-hmm. Barely. Yet you've figured out a way to say, okay, Mr. Seller, I completely understand where you're coming from. Let's do it your way. And let's do it your way, but let's attract, hundreds of people to come see it. And I'm still going to get paid even though, we got you squared away exactly how you wanted. Oh. Or you got the for sale by owner that's stubborn. They're like, I'm not going to pay a commission at all. That's cool. Let me still help you, and you don't have to pay me a commission at all.
Correct.
I mean, that's huge. If I'm sitting at the listing table, if I'm sitting for sale by owner, first of all, I'm just trying to get into their, into their sphere a little bit, talk to them, meet with them a little bit. Your traditional, let me drop off a package, let me give you some information. If I can answer that one question, like, I don't want to pay a commission, good, because I don't want you to pay me anything. But would you still like me to help you sell your house? Like, come on, man.
Well, it's not a trick question.
No,
You know, and
it's the
here's
truth.
the deal: it's most for sale by owners, with very few exceptions. The only reason why they're doing it for sale by owner is they don't want to pay the listing commission.
Mm-hmm.
No problem. So if I ask them very clearly, are you willing to pay the buyer commission or the buyer finder's fee, the traditional of 3%? Most of the times they'll say, well, you know what? I only want to pay 2.5%. Fabulous. I'll take the 2.5% listing, do all of this marketing, get hundreds of people into your home, and you don't have to pay. Do you mind if the buyer pays me? It's a beautiful thing.
Of course not.
It's a beautiful thing.
Right?
It's a beautiful thing.
And okay, so that brings up another topic of conversation. I've been saying this for a while now. People who get into this industry, they always start off on the buyer side, right? They become a buyer's agent. Nothing wrong with being a buyer's agent, except that buyer agent commission is on its way out. Maybe not completely out, but it's going to be a fight. It's going to get to the point where you as a buyer are going to have to negotiate your commission with the buyer you're representing at some point, just like sellers do. Yep. It's just working its way out there, and you see it. You see it on the MLS. Anytime you look at a split, you want to give them 3%, but sometimes you're only getting 5%. You're going to split it 2.5, and sometimes you're going to see 2%. Sometimes you're going to see a flat fee. I mean, you're starting to see the consistently go lower and lower and lower. Mm-hmm. So your platform kind of solves this issue.
We answer a lot of questions. So let's say if I get a seller that says, you know what, I'm willing to give you 1%. What do? I'll charge a 5% buyer premium. Mm-hmm. And I'll still pay the buyer agent coming in 2.5%. I don't want to take a listing for less than 2.5% to the selling agent. Don't want to happen. Don't do that. I don't want them swiping left. I want them coming to my home and bringing their buyers. Because so many agents look at that CBB and just say, no, I'm not showing that. 2%, no way. So anyway, so what we're doing is it's a way to bridge the gap to full commission.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Not just that. Think of it as a full team. Look, EXP is one of the greatest brokerages in play today, based on the structure, based on just the model, and the fact that you can eventually build a business that's sustainable and that has sustainable income, and you can technically walk away from real estate.
Well, that's a whole nother dial.
That's something else. Yeah. But in order to build a team like that, you need to be a team leader that has a value add to people. People need to come onto your team because they see something of value that they gain that they're not going to gain anywhere else, whether it's coaching, whether it's mentoring, whatever it is. Your platform and the training that you guys are doing over here, I mean, how difficult has it been for you to attract agents?
You know what? We're doing auction classes every Friday. It's been phenomenal. The agent attraction has been amazing. I'm not recruiting, I'm hiring. Mm-hmm. So we have the auction platform that allows us to get in front of at least 2 or 3 FSBO listings a week. I'm finding that I don't have enough staff. I don't have the bandwidth to hold open those houses. We get 300 people through the doors. You need 2 or 3 agents per open house to give any kind of level of service. Mm-hmm. So there's people slipping through the cracks all day long if you're not manned up. So we're getting the listings. We're doing the classes to train the auction platform because people are still not quite sure. Oh, I don't understand that auction. Mm-hmm. It's a great way, and I love explaining it to people. So the agent attraction is there. It's going to happen anyway. But when you add I'm going to bolt on more transactions to you. If you want, I have a bunch of team members that only want to work with buyers. God bless them. I think it's great. We're going to put you in a situation where you can in front of at least 200-300 people, and if 50 people sign up and 10 or 15 of those get pre-approved, because you have to be pre-approved before you can bid.
Yeah, absolutely.
People are going to run to that. They're going to run to that all day long. So we're bolting on more transactions. We're doing more buyer referrals, and I'm getting 30% referral fee from each of my buyer agents on every transaction, not counting the agent attraction and the rev share with the EXP. It's a beautiful thing. It all ties in nicely with a nice bow.
All right, so let me ask you this, because you talked a little bit about pre-qualifying before you can make a bid, right? So in the past, when you're thinking about auctions and homes, you always thought of the foreclosure market, mm-hmm. and you got to come in cashier's check. You got to come in ready to pay all cash, right? How is this platform different? If I'm a first-time home buyer and I want to buy a home through the auction model, do I have to have all cash?
No, not at all. The auction platform is all we're doing is we're driving his sales price. For instance, let's say we have a property that's listed at say $750. I'd list it for $699 because when they think auction, they think deal. And buyers want a deal. That's the only thing that's going to get them off the couch. So we're priced a little bit below market. We have an auction platform, so it gives it that stigma of, the first thing out of their mouth is, when did it get foreclosed? Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter why they're there. We just want them there. Mm-hmm. That's the number one goal. The more eyes on the home, the better. So what we're doing is we're What was the question?
We're talking about, do you have to be completely, do you have to come up with cash to give it a bid?
Yes. I'm getting so excited because it's oh my God, it's crazy. No, you do not. We're just driving a sales price.
Okay.
So everybody comes in, and let's say it's that $750 is their price. It starts at $699, $700, $705, $720, $730. Everyone starts bidding.
And everybody can see.
It's all transparent bidding.
See, that's beautiful because,
Yeah.
I mean, you're so used to putting in an offer and you don't know what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
You don't know if you got 12 offers on the table. You don't know if you got, offer. Even if you do know you got 12 offers on the table, you don't know how high above, how low,
Well,
how below.
It's transparent bidding, and you can outbid the next guy by $1,000 or more, but a minimum bid of $1,000. Let's give you an example. Right now, we have an auction going on. They can watch it online at SanDiegoHomeAuction.com. You can actually watch the live bidding. You refresh it and see when the last time they bid. It is so much fun. My sellers go to the website and just watch people bidding on their home. And you can see it. It's transparent. So if it's multiple people bidding, there's no highest and best offer, blind, write your best counter offer. This is, I'm going to outbid you by 1,000. He's going to outbid you by 1,000, and so on. And at 5 o'clock, it ends. But let's say you go in there and do a bid, say 5 minutes before it's supposed to stop.
Mm-hmm.
It automatically extends it for another 10 minutes and notifies everybody else that bid.
That another bid comes. So it doesn't lock. So you don't have to wait till the final minute, outbid and walk away.
Exactly. If you outbid and walk away, it extends for 10 minutes. And who am I benefiting by doing that?
Well,
the
the
seller. Yeah. So it extends. I had the last one we did, we had 17 bids. At the last hour or so, you had about 3 or 4 really going aggressively bidding against each other. And then all of a sudden 5 o'clock came and it keeps going. So the agents start calling me saying, I thought it ended at 5. I said, it's on auto bid and it keeps extending by 10 minutes each bid. That's for the benefit of the seller. And that's our ultimate goal, is to get them the highest and best price in the shortest amount of time.
That's what we got hired for.
That's why they hired me.
Yeah.
It is.
That's something else.
It is awesome.
Well, let me ask you another question. Let's say, I get the highest bid. I go into escrow. I fall out of escrow. Whatever happens, I can't perform. It's over. I got to walk away.
Mm-hmm.
Does the second bid, the number 2, does they get the phone call?
Best part, watch this. Say 15 bids.
Mm-hmm.
They have to be pre-approved before you can bid. Bidder number 1, congratulations, you're the highest bidder. Let's say we didn't get to the seller's goal price. I can counter, saying, hey, bidder number 1,
mm-hmm.
we can counter you back. Here's what the seller wants to counter at. Or if they passed what the seller wants, we can accept it right on the spot. Let's say bidder 1 loses his job during that process. I go to bidder 2, you're up next. Whoever can perform, that's who we take, and we get going.
Perfect.
But remember, I've got 14 pre-approvals behind them.
Yeah.
I'm not
These
attached to this guy.
Yeah.
This guy doesn't perform. Guess what? I'm next. Moving on.
So the market's been the market's still hot right now, but we're gonna get to a point where we're gonna have some appraisal issues, and then we're gonna get to, hopefully, knock on wood, not too bad, but we might have where we go back to where we were on the foreclosure market. The beautiful thing about your platform is it was already successful in the foreclosure market.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm worried about is when we start hitting some appraisal issues on a little bit of a downslide.
Sure.
You guys have any, do you foresee anything on that side?
Well, I do have a property, which is actually not too far from here, that was so popular because it's a huge lot, great potential for ADU. There's a lot of bigger potential than just the 2-bedroom, 1-bath home that's on there.
Mm-hmm.
Large lot, great area. That one kept going up and up and up and up. And I was concerned that maybe we weren't going to be able to appraise it because you had a highest and willing, enable and willing buyer, but there's also that comp thing. So right now we're right there. We're battling with the appraiser to explain that, hey, here's some comps, this is how we justify it. But so not yet. We haven't had any problems with appraisals because all we're doing is the market speaking.
Yes,
if we
absolutely.
have multiple buyers coming in, 5, 10, 15 pre-approved buyers actually bidding on that property,
it's almost
who
a
am I to say
justification
what
to
it's
the
worth?
appraisal, right?
Yeah, who's to say what it's worth? And it's beautiful for that seller that is a little ambitious with their sales price. Sure, you want $475. I think it's worth $460. That's not that much. Let's let market speak for itself. Let's see where the market comes in. Don't let me tell you what it's worth.
Then Robert's not telling you what it's worth.
The market is speaking. That's the beautiful part of this. Another beautiful part of it.
Man, How do agents become part of your team? How does that even happen?
Well, like I said, I'm doing my classes every Friday. I train my team. I encourage them to bring their friends in the business, come on down. And it's just, if somebody wants to know more about it, they just get a hold of me online. They're seeing a lot of things going on. Well, I mean, multiple open houses at 200-300 folks through the doors. Multiple open houses with 50, 60 people checking in. Multiple open houses with 10, 15 fully pre-approved, vetted buyers. That word's getting out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what we're doing. My team's having a good time, and it's just, I'm looking for some good folks. I would love to go out and take 10, 15 listings a week. I could do that. I really could. I don't have the bandwidth.
That's amazing. That's an awesome problem to have.
It is. It's a good problem.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, I don't have time to take your listing right now.
I mean, I could take the listing, but I really want to do everything through the auction platform. That's the way I'm built. I'm building a system, just like in the REO days. When you're closing 50, 60 closings a month, you need to have systems in place. And I'm creating that right now in this traditional market.
How do you think other agents that show up to these open houses? I mean, you're talking 300 people walk through this thing. Then it's got to be at least half as many realtors walking through this thing. I mean, what kind of response are you getting from them?
I got a funny story. One we did in Chula Vista. We had, because remember, I listed on a Monday. Mm-hmm. It's live in the MLS, but they can't see it until Saturday or Sunday open house. Agents, buyers included. We drive them all to one window, 12 to 4. That's it. But Robert, I've known you for so long. Can I come see it real quick on Tuesday? Sorry, can't. There's no lockbox. I don't do lockboxes. Those cost like $120, right?
I love that.
Why would you do a lockbox? No lockbox. No sign, none of that. So then, listed Monday, no showings until the open house, agents included. Our last one, we had 12 agents with their buyers, a couple agents without buyers, coming into the open house, seeing the activity, going, oh my God, what is going on here?
Mm-hmm.
So, well, that's our auction open house, this is what we're doing. I had one guy down in Chula Vista. It was really windy that day, and our signs were getting knocked over. So I jumped in the truck, wanted to go put the signs back up. One of the agents came in to the open house. He jumps in my truck and goes, I need to talk to you more about this auction open house. This is great. And so we're out putting up signs. He's running across the street, putting up signs.
So you put up signs just to get your 2 cents in, right?
It was awesome. It was great. It was fantastic. So agents are digging it. The ones that are not understanding it, I walk them through it. Mm-hmm. Like back in the day in the REO, we're so busy. It's like, oh yeah, just go to the website. Right now I'm saying, you have a question about the auction? Let me totally walk you through it. And it's a great agent attraction too. Oh, yeah. When they're calling me wanting more information about our platform.
Yeah, you already got them.
Then I'm telling them exactly how it works and how it can benefit them.
Oh yeah, it sells itself.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
So your classes, tell me a little bit what they're like.
Well, our classes are all over the county. We have Chula Vista. We're doing one tomorrow in Orange County. Today's Wednesday. Doing Friday in Orange County. We're doing one next Friday in Temecula. So they're spread out. I'll do them in Mission Valley quite a bit because Mission Valley is really centrally located. Yeah. We do a 12 to 2 lunch and learn. We encourage people to get there about 11:30, do some networking. Because we invite agents, industry folks, home warranty, title escrow, insurance. All industry are welcome, but it's a 12 to 2 class, and it talks about the auction platform, how we're driving transactions to the listing agent, how we're driving pre-approved buyers to the buyer agent, how easy it is to do agent attraction, and then at the end we tie it in with a nice bow, how it makes sense for EXP and how that's a beautiful marriage. The classes are great. I'm having a really good time with it. I enjoy that part of it. And then we keep on rocking. So
I'm gonna get a little selfish on this one. So I'm part of EXP, but I would love to learn more about this platform. How does that work?
Here's the unfortunate situation for somebody that's already with EXP. That is a tool that is specifically for my team. Just like you have your certain agent attraction benefits and features and benefits to why they should sign up with you. Well, I'm no different. I have the auction platform showing agents, if you want to be a listing agent at a very high level,
this is how you do it.
You need to be on my team. You want to be a buyer agent and getting a bunch of pre-approved, vetted buyers at a very high level, you need to be on my team. This is unique to my team and my team only.
So you hear that? Are you EXP curious? I mean, tell me you can't be EXP curious after that. I mean, even if it's not EXP curious, are you Robert Curious here.
You want to blow up your business,
right?
Curious.
I mean,
Yeah.
every agent should be
Yeah.
like right now. If you're thinking about, how do I get my next listing? I mean, imagine the power of having 300 people at your open house, 100 people at your open house, even 50 people at your open house, even just that much attention going to the business that you're creating, dude.
It's we're having a good time. Yeah, my agents, I've got just a wonderful team. They're real supportive. They come to my classes. They're there to say, hey, that first open house, tell us about it. And they'll tell the story. And sometimes I'll get them on video because they're like, they can't talk. They're like, oh my God. I mean, I went to Robert's class, and I had a lender come out 2.5 hours to drive to an open house just so he can watch and see what we were doing. He's like, wow.
So
I'm in.
How does that work as far as lenders? You guys are fully maxed out with the lenders that you're working with, or you're still looking for lending partners?
I have my team of lenders. I've worked with John Allen. He's just a wonderful guy. Jared Kelly are just two really solid guys. Been with me from the very beginning. Then a couple of my agents have brought on a couple of quality agents. So if an agent comes to me and says, Robert, I want to be a listing agent, I have my lending team, I say, fantastic. Let's get them dialed in and ready to go. It depends. It depends. Yeah. So there's some good lenders. You got to really understand volume, pre-qualifying. You got to really have a system of follow-up. You can't let these people fall through the cracks. You get 50 people
because they're ready to go
name,
right
address,
then and
phone
there.
number,
Yeah.
and they're ready to go pre-approved. Only one can get the house. They need to have a system of high-volume system.
Well, there's always other houses.
Amen, man.
Right?
Yeah.
There's a home for everybody.
Yeah.
We just got to find it. Maybe it's not this one, but there's something else for you.
Yeah.
So talk to this camera right here. I want you to tell the people out there, how do they become part of your team?
Well, you can go to the Google me, Robert Weichelt. It's very simple. It's Weichelt. Hit me up on Facebook. Hit me up on Instagram. We're doing classes, like I said, all over the county, and actually Southern California every single Friday. We're always doing classes. I do one-on-one appointments for my teams. I do agent attraction in the team volume. An agent that has 10 agents on their team, we need to talk. This is a powerful tool for you because a broker wants to always funnel business to their team. Mm-hmm. This is a great way to do it. I show that agent how to drive business to their buyer agents. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. So I reach on Facebook.
Dude, I'm getting chills just thinking about it. So everything you do is so amazing. I mean, just because it's so results driven.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if it didn't show the results that it did, it'd be another thing in real estate. Yeah. But for right now, this is hot. This is legit. This is legit. Yeah. This is what's going on right now. Yeah. All right, ask the bros. Got any questions for either James or myself?
You know what? I do. Podcasting is cool. I dig this. I'm an older guy. Maybe I'm not trying to date myself, but I've been doing this a long time. What was the first thing you had to do to get podcasting, to get this going? And what's the first thing you need to learn for somebody like me?
Honestly, dude, I think the first thing is to get over the sound of your voice. That was for me.
Testing 1 2.
Yeah, for me that was the weirdest thing. I was like, dude, do I sound like that? Like I really sound like that?
It's like when you listen to your
voicemail.
Listen to your voicemail.
Yes.
Like, oh my God, who's that?
Yeah. No, we talked about that with the little micro cassettes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's how you know. That's all you know.
Please leave a message.
Yeah.
Call you never.
Never.
Believe it or not, we do remember that.
But yeah, for me, it was getting used to your voice. The beauty about technology and the way it's going, you don't even need all these fancy mics or everything. Yeah. There's a new platform. Well, it's not new, but it got revamped recently called Anchor FM, and you can do it directly on your phone. And you can have people call in. You can do Q&A where like you record something and send it off to somebody else. Like I can send it to you. You record your answer. I come back. I record mine, and then it's all put together under one show. So they're just making it easier and easier and easier to do these things. I think the biggest thing to get you going, if you're gonna do it, commit to something. Either once a week, once a month, every day, whatever you're gonna do. Commit to it. Do that, and then get other people involved. If you do those things, it's going to just organically grow. I mean, it's like what you're doing out here, right? Yeah. The more people you get to show, more people are going to see what you're doing, the more people are going to be attracted to it.
Well, you guys do a fantastic job, and it's. I was thinking of doing like a Weichelt Wednesday where I interview the neighbors in the the businesses, the restaurants, the dry cleaner, the local bar, the all the different businesses in my community. I'm a big fan of the community. You mentioned the cleanups. We used to do we still do the community cleanups. We do walking tours. I'm a big community-based guy. So I think this would be a great vehicle to do that on a pretty consistent basis.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that was actually going to be my answer, and you answered it already anyway. Was that content? The other part of it was when we first started out, we were doing it every day, but we were just talking about whatever random stuff, all business related, and there's definitely good content there. But it wasn't until we started getting other people involved that it really started to grow.
Yeah, the content I think would be the biggest overwhelming part of it. It's like, oh my God, what do I talk about now? What guests do I have? I mean, if you just get it down, that's good.
But it's something magical about when you flip the switch, the on switch, all of a sudden it is different. Like for me, you realize that people are watching, right? There's people on Facebook watching.
Oh, yeah.
There's people that listen to the podcast and replay.
Yeah.
Like there's an audience. There are people listening because they want to hear your story, your successes, your ups and downs, your failures, and how you overcame them. People want to know. Yeah. And so when the mic goes on, it's almost like something clicks in my mind anyways. Yeah. It's my energy goes up. Like, I mean, I try to be quiet as much as I can before the mic goes on because I don't want to ask you all the questions beforehand. I want to experience what the audience is experiencing. You know what I mean? When I ask you a question, I don't know the answer to it yet. It's not scripted. Yeah. I want to get the same reaction that the audience member is saying. Like 300 people showed up to your open house. That's amazing, right? Because to me, it is amazing. It's something that different.
I can see how that would be good. I mean, that would be the first question I had is what would you recommend to get this thing going? This is awesome what you do.
Well, I mean, to each his own, right? Yeah. We one of the first podcasters that we listened to was Melina Palmer. She has a podcast called The Brainy Business, and it's on behavioral economics, why people buy, right? And hers is very scripted. She really spends a lot of time, researching her content, and she, records and edits and all that stuff. And she has great content. And that she's put that much effort. Ours is way different, right? Ours, we're like, I don't know you yet,
bro.
Yeah, I don't know you yet. I want to get to know you, and just like the audience would. So it depends on your personality type. Whatever personality type you are, you're going to decide what works for you. But if you commit, you're going to modify and adapt as you go.
And that's just like anything else.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
So, hey, man, thanks for coming on the show.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, I mean, I know we've been going back and forth for a while. Saw you at the expo.
No, you're fun to watch, man. You guys are I love the energy. You're the good, positive things that I love about this business. You're always just really out there leading by contribution, and it's just a really nice thing to see.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Both you guys.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, dude, I told you it was going to be a hell of a show, right?
Such a good one.
Such a good one. If you're a realtor, dude, you should be lighting up Robert's phone like right now. Like just go to if you're going to go scroll through the show notes, if you're on iTunes or Spotify, whatever, his number's going to be right there. His Instagram is going to be right there. Hit him up. I mean, this is some powerful stuff. Like I always tell my students, 20 years from now, it's not the things that you did that you're going to regret. It's the things you didn't do. Yeah. So you need to take advantage of this opportunity. Look, EXP might not be for everybody, but if you jump on board and you figured out that it works and you like it and it's working for you, you made the right choice. If not, you can always go back to where you came from. You can always go back. So find a good team. Robert's a good team to join. You heard about his platform. Hit him up. His contact info, by the way, is on the banner, right? So you can look at that info, hit him up. All right, ladies and gents, reminder, 365 pairs of shoes by the end of the year. So if you got new shoes, used shoes, or you want to donate cash, hit James up 619-884-0045 or james@csfirst.com. Oh, and he does insurance. So if you want to add insurance into your business, congratulations and shout out to Anita Mesa. She just passed her test. Woo-hoo. She's going to be another pipeline agent adding into a bunch of different mortgage lenders that we work with. So if that's something you want to do, maybe you want to add a licensed agent into your office, hit James up 619-884-0045. That's what he does. All right, ladies and gents. Oh yeah, August 24th, beach cleanup at Business Bros Pod. Hit us up for all those details. Thanks for watching. We love you guys. Peace.
Bye-bye.
And I'm out.
All right, and that's it.
Bye, Facebook.
Bye, Facebook.
You guys are awesome.
Dude, that was cool, man. I'm telling you.